Hi Capricorn, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your sort of 2 weekly reading. We're doing from the 1st of May through to the 14th of May. Hope you guys are keeping safe and well. We're going to use the This Might Hurt Tarot deck by Isabella Rotman, my favourite go-to deck for clients and also YouTube. And we're going to use the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland for your spiritual advice. Okay, let's start shuffling. Okay, Cappy, so we've got the cards down. Let's have a look at the reading. So the energy around you next 2 weeks is, okay, how interesting, the Ten of Swords. You know, you can read the Ten of Swords in many ways. You can read the Ten of Swords as saying, you know, I'm done, I'm fed up, I'm finished, I'm really depressed. This is a card about mental overthinking. It's a card about depression and anxiety. But you know, this is the type of card, this isn't just anxiety. The Ten of Swords is hitting rock bottom. So if you're in a depression with the Ten of Swords, that's it. You don't feel anything. All you see is black with this card. When you're depressed and you've got the Ten of Swords on you, that's it. You just see black. Or the Ten of Swords can actually be to surrender to something. So you could have the Ten of Swords in the Ace of Cups. Not many people read it that way, but you could have somebody who's just surrendering to how they truly feel, because it's a card about just surrendering. Just kind of saying, you know, I just give in. So, you know, it may be over the next few weeks, or the next couple of weeks, sorry, Capricorn, that there is a need really just to surrender to something here. And so this card, we can turn it around and say it's very similar to like a hangman, where we're just kind of having to accept a situation for what it is. What's influencing this Ten of Swords energy? Well, I do think there's a person around you, and I don't think that this is acceptance, to be honest with you. I think that this is, I mean, I don't want to get negative. Obviously, you know, I have to read honestly on a reading, and that's it. Whether it's general, whether it's, you know, personal, I have to be honest, because I don't feel right bullshitting people. And, you know, there's a lot of readers that turn things into positive, and I do. But when I look at this looks like somebody is done. This looks like somebody is fed up, they're done, they've given up. It's not about surrendering. It's just saying, you know what? I'm just knackered. I can't, you know, it's one of those things, and it's because of an individual here. I don't know whether this is an angry individual, but there's an individual that's causing this. What's the root issue about? What's it all about? Well, it's all about the Ten of Cups, the relationship, the family. So the root issue is all about the family here. And I think that some of you guys are experiencing the Ten of Swords. So I think something's, but then again, and it could be with the Ten of Swords that maybe you're coming to the end of a painful situation. Maybe that's what you're facing as well. Ten of Swords can be coming to the end, because tens represent completion. We've already got 2 tens here in the reading, which are indicating that something is completing itself for Capricorn in the next 2 weeks. So you might be fighting the end. You might be facing, the ending of a painful situation, and it may be that who's influencing this. So this could actually be quite good. The reason that this is happening is because of an individual here, and it's something to do, the root issue, it's all about the family, I think, with this Ten of Cups. Now, in the recent past, what have you experienced? Okay, some of you guys have been feeling very trapped with the Eight of Swords energy. You've been feeling kind of powerless, I guess, because the Ten of Swords is the card about feeling powerless. So I think that some of you guys have been feeling trapped. You've been feeling powerless here. I actually think there's somebody here who's setting you free. So I'm going to read this in its most positive light, because I think there's somebody around you who's setting you free here. How are you approaching everything, Capricorn? Yeah, the Ace of Swords. With strength and fortitude and truth. That's how you're approaching it, because you're approaching everything with the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords. Okay, you're not afraid. This is a really good reading, actually, really, really good. So you're approaching all of this with the Sword of Truth. You're not afraid to go to war. You're not afraid to fight for what you believe in, okay, which is really good. And therefore, what's the most likely outcome of the situation? Okay, well, the Two of Coins. I mean, we could read that and say the most likely outcome would be that there's going to be a positive change, which is what the Two of Coins can be, okay? But the Two of Coins could also be, well, you know, there are things that still maybe need to be weighed up. And actually, that's you on the card, isn't it? Two of Coins is first deacon in Capricorn, so that's very interesting there. Let's have a look at what's coming in then. Page of Wands, some good news, a good message. Page of Wands, where is this leading to? Right, completion of the situation in a satisfactory way. The world energy showing here. What are your hopes? The Star. You're hoping for the Star. I think that you're hoping that the solution is found, because the Star card is there. The Star card is all about, you know, solutions being found, a remedy being found. So you're hoping that a solution and a remedy is found in the best possible way. And from the good news that we get here, where we see it's then evolving towards this good news, leads to the solution, leads to the ending of the problem. It leads to the completion, the cycle ending with this world energy. Where are things following on to from there? The Page of Coins. Maybe this is something about getting money. Page of Coins is money. It's getting a result. It's a financial payout. It's a check, for example. It looks like you're receiving some good financial news. I think this is just for the fact that the Page of Coins is the end card, is the last card. I think that this is something to do with finances. This might be to do with money. Because what I think that you're going through here, I'm wondering if somebody's helping you, because you're facing the Ten of Swords. So I would now read this and say, because the cards support it in a very positive way, I would say that some of you guys are facing the ending of a painful situation. And that ending of the painful situation is because it's influenced by this person here, this King of Wands. I think that this person is helping you to end this, you know, this difficult situation. It's based on a family matter here. So even though it doesn't show a King of Swords, which would be a legal person here, it just feels like this is somebody who's quite knowledgeable anyway, because it's a king. You guys have found the last 3 weeks really powerless, like helpless, like I don't know how I'm going to get out of this energy here. But you are approaching this situation with the hands of the Ace of Swords, with power, with truth, with knowledge, with intelligence, and with, you know, with absolute belief. So this is really good. You have the power in your hands with the Ace of Swords, and you're approaching this like a warrior as well. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty, Capricorn, at all on this situation, because you believe that this will be remedied. You're not afraid. So you're approaching this like a warrior would with the Ace of Swords energy, and therefore the most likely outcome will be the Two of Coins. So maybe because we've got money here, maybe the most likely outcome is that money is being transferred here. So this, I don't think there's anything to weigh up here. It might be that finally you get the transfer of money coming through, because the Two of Coins can be that. And I think because it looks like you're getting a good news financially here, a payment here with the Page of Pentacles energy, this might be saying, well, the most likely outcome as a result of all of this situation here being that this person is influencing the ending of the painful situation, and you guys have been feeling trapped and feeling powerless, not knowing what to do. I think that you're receiving help here via this King of Wands to end this painful situation showing up, and that's why you get maybe the most likely outcome is getting a transfer of money here. Good news coming in with the Page of Wands, which results in the world, the ending of the situation in a satisfactory way. Your hopes are the Star. So I think the Star is just really to have a solution found. Okay, to find a positive solution to the situation. And you do get it, because I think this energy here where you've got the good news coming in and it's leading up to the ending of the situation, the solution being found is going to lead to you getting a payment come through. So I think that if some of you guys are waiting for money to come through, I think you're actually going to be getting it within the next 2 weeks. Okay, a solution is found and you get your money. Let's have a quick look at what the advice is then. Spiritual advice on the reading. What's the spiritual advice for Capricorn on this reading? What's the spiritual advice for Capricorn on this reading in 2 cards, please? Spiritual advice is, oh, that wants to come out. So we've got 16 is the Tower, disruption is the Tower, and this one wanted to come out. Conflict and defeat. So disruption and conflict and defeat. Let's get another card on that. I'm sure it's got something else. So what are you saying about that, universe? What are you saying about that? There is hope. There you go. I knew there was the 3rd card. So he says, even though there's been disruption and we've got conflict and defeat. So disruption would represent the Tower. Conflict and defeat would represent the 5 of Swords. There is hope. And it's funny because this is, the cards in the black borders are actually the major arcanas. So this is the Star, like this one. Okay. So even though there's been disruption, conflict and defeat, there is still hope, which is lovely. All right, that is your reading, Capricorn. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like your own private reading, click in the link in the comment section below or the end screen. Take care. Bye-bye.